What's up everybody, Coach Mills here, coming at you with a brand new Valorant video, and in this video we gotta talk about some crazy stuff that's happening to the ranked system in Valorant, where players are literally climbing all the way to Radiant while going up against Plats, Silvers, and even Bronze players. So this is just freaking nuts. We gotta talk about it and break it all down, but the GameLeap website's the absolute best place to pop off and climb with tips, tricks, guides, and everything you need to easily climb to Radiant the right way. Do yourself a favor, go check it out right now, down below. Now, a while back, due to popular demand, Riot actually implemented it in the game where it didn't matter how far in rank you were. If you're 5 stacking, you could play with anyone. So you could hypothetically be an immortal player that is playing with even iron players if you are 5 stacking. Now, this really comes at the cost of you not gaining that much even if you win. However, you can definitely abuse this, and that's exactly what someone did, where they obviously got a 4 stack. It's unclear whether this was just a 4 stack of low ranked players or if this was like a 4 stack of even Smurf players, which is another abuse that could happen. And then they play 5 stack games over and over again on Reyna, where they're essentially going up against Plat players as an Immortal 3 over and over and over again, able to stomp these players and just get MVP after MVP, slowly but surely climbing. Now, they're not gaining like a giant chunk of RP. They're only gaining about like 10 to 13, but it's enough to slowly climb. And with enough games, they are eventually going to get there. The games are incredibly easy and they're working through it and they're climbing. And a lot of times the players that they're playing with are not actually as low as their accounts suggest. So the games are just overwhelmingly easy. And it's like if you have all the time in the world, you can basically just go and grind this rank. Any people can abuse this together, where one person just plays on his main on his highest rank and everyone else plays on an alt at their lowest rank. And then they basically artificially boost that one person up as high as they want to. And if they ever get to a point where their accounts get flagged as Smurfs, they can go make a new account and do the same shit over and over and over again, boosting this one guy to a rank way higher than he actually belongs in. Essentially, for anyone with friends, I can't relate to you because I don't have any, but those of you who do have friends, you can abuse this. Anyone can abuse this that has people that are willing to play and stack with them on an alt, or just stack with them so that they can consistently get these games that are obviously unbalanced and allow you to slowly but surely grind to a rank much higher, because the games are basically free roll games over and over and over again. Now, what this actually means is that the 5 stacking system that Riot implemented is like a built-in booster, which is not good. Like, it's really not good. Now, I'm gonna be honest, while I do understand the sentiment behind being able to 5 stack with people that are really far in rank, there needs to be limits. Like, it doesn't make sense for people that are in iron. I don't care if it's like, you know, one of your friends is an iron. He can't stack ranked with someone that's an immortal. Like, that's just the way it is. It's just not gonna happen. That's like fucking LeBron James playing with like some random 5th grader. Okay, that's not okay. That's might be fucked up. But the reality of it is, ranked should be competitive, right? It needs to be fair and balanced, and the teams need to be balanced. And it makes absolutely no sense for some skill differentials to play together in a competitive setting. You can't have someone that consistently plays against like Radiants and even pro players play with and against players that, you know, are at the bottom skill tier. It just really creates these very unbalanced situations where some players are abusing it. And this is just one example that we know where someone abused it to get Radiant when he obviously doesn't deserve it. There are probably a whole bunch of people abusing this all over the place to shift their rank by 5 stacking and using it to abuse the system. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the solution is here. If you make it so that there is a skill differential, then yeah, players won't necessarily be able to boost like legitimately, but they could always just boost in a way where they're getting carried by a Smurf. Like, that type of boosting basically always happens in every game and you can't really stop it. So it's unfortunate, but I do think that the boosting problem is one of the biggest problems in Valorant, and it definitely seems like the 5v5 system in its current state is actually increasing that boosting problem, and it's something that, at the very least, maybe not removed, but needs to be adjusted to where, if this is the case, like if you are like an immortal player stacking with really low ranked players, if you win, you should not be gaining chunks even close to 10. you should be gaining like 2 RP. Like, you're just along for the ride. You're playing with these players, your friends, whatever, just because you want to stack with them. Well, you get your 2 or 3 RP. That's all you get. You don't get like to actually climb when you are playing with and against people that are much lower than your rank. It doesn't make any sense. The only way that you should climb, like if you are a diamond, you should have to play against some amount of immortals to climb to immortal. If you are an immortal, you should have to play against some amount of freaking radiance to climb to radiant. I think that's not a profound concept. You should never be able to hypothetically go from diamond to immortal only playing against other diamonds and plats. That doesn't make any sense because you are never challenging the floor of the rank you're trying to get into, right? It makes sense that you should always have to fight the people that are in the rank that you want and towards the bottom, of course, because you're like fighting them for their spots. That's what makes the most sense for mobility, and you should never be able to slip into Radiant without actually playing against any other freaking Radiants. And now you would take it even one step further because this example showed the Immortal 3 player never even playing against an Immortal enemy, which is just completely absurd. I think that's like 5 steps absurd, but I definitely hope that Riot finds a way to, you know, target these problems and address these issues. I do know that this is probably an outlier, but it should almost never happen at all. So I definitely hope that they address it, but I wanna kind of ask you, how do you feel about boosters? What do you think the solution is to this problem? And what do you think about the state of ranked? Are there any big problems that are affecting you? Is it this? Is it something else? I really want to hear your opinion about all that down below in the GameLeap website. It's the absolute best place to hone your skills and climb the real way and actually earn the rank that you want. Trust me, do yourself a favor and go check it out right now down below.